Today, I have another Decklist video for you in the Sword and Shield format, this time featuring Morpeko v. Lily's Pokédoll. This deck is based upon hitting and then going back to the bench, dealing lots of damage with a nice Pokemon V. Let's get right into this list. So first off, we have our 4 copies of Jirachi. Jirachi is our main engine, and we are going to be using it a lot, hopefully, to be able to find our trainer cards. Of course, our main Pokemon in the deck is the Morpeko V. For 2 lightning and a colorless, you do 150, switch it with one of your benched, and discard an energy. This is really quite good because you retreat into a Pokédoll, and then suddenly you've dealt 150 or even more if you played an Electro Power. And you have a Pokédoll in the active or a lesser prized Pokemon like Jirachi, and it's super great because you just smack them for damage and they cannot take prize cards, and you hopefully just win the game before they can take all their prize cards by promoting Lily's Pokédoll. We have 1 copy of Morpeko V Max. We don't want more of those because it's hard to have our Morpeko V Max do the same kind of stuff that Morpeko V can do. Although it does have quite a strong attack, it can do 180 and spread 10 on each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Quite strong in the late game if necessary. We have 1 copy of Zeraora, which gives your lightning type Pokemon, or your Pokemon with lightning energy attached, free retreat, super useful, helpful against Absol, and plenty of other cards. We have 1 copy of Tapu Koko V, just a backup attacker, can be charged up with Tapu Koko Prism and Thunder Mountain. Thunderous Bolt does 200 damage and is quite powerful. Dedenne GX is another support Pokemon, just discard your hand, draw 6 when you bench it, just helpful to keep the deck running. We have 1 copy of Tapu Koko Prism Star, almost too good to not play in a lightning type deck. Lets you put it into the Lost Zone and then attach 2 lightning from your discard to your Pokemon in any, or to 2 different benched Pokemon. Yeah, it's not a great attacker, but its ability is super great. For our supporters, we have 4 copies of Volkner. Search your deck for a lightning energy and an item card. Great for finding those item cards that you really need, and your lightning energy out of the deck in the early game. We have 4 copies of Marnie. Both players shuffle their hand, put it on the bottom of their deck, and then you draw 5 and your opponent draws 4. Super great. Puts your opponent at a disadvantage, lets you draw 5 cards, and it just helps you cycle through your deck quickly. We have 1 copy of Guzman Hala. Get you that Thunder Mountain, or if you discard 2 cards, you can get an Escape Board and a Recycle Energy as well. We also have 2 copies of Bede that allows you to attach an energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, just helpful for charging of your Pokemon when you need it. For our item cards, we do have a lot of these. We have 4 copies of Pokegear to help us find those supporter cards. Super helpful. Of course, we have our 4 Lily's Pokédoll to help us. Once we retreat into it, your opponent can't take any prizes if they knock it out, which is incredibly helpful. We have 4 copies of Quick Ball. You discard a card from your hand, search your deck for a basic Pokemon. Super great, something we did not used to have. Reminiscent of Nest Ball, but still really, really good. Helps you search for cards like Dedenne, and especially Morpeko V, and any of your other basic Pokemon. We have 4 copies of Custom Catcher. Mainly what you're going to want to do with this is play 2 of them at once and switch your opponent's active with one of their benched, although you can also play it to draw up to 3 cards if you need to do that. We have 3 copies of Electro Power. The reason I've opted to not play more is simply because we're not one-shotting most things anyways. Sometimes it's nice to have against a Blacephalon GX deck or something like that you can just play 1 or 2 and then take a 1-hit KO, but it just doesn't seem super necessary because we're hitting and running anyways. We have 3 copies of Switch. switch your active with one of your bench. Just helpful for getting that Morpeko back into the active if you need to. And lastly, we have 1 copy of Reset Stamp, just a little bit of disruption in addition to Marnie, just in case. We have 2 copies of a skateboard for Jirachi. Retreat cost is reduced by 1, and it can retreat if it's asleep. Perfect for the Jirachi. We have 1 copy of Thunder Mountain Prism Star. The attacks of lightning type Pokemon cost lightning less, which is super, super great. It also can't be bumped by supporters or item cards, and is super great. Helps you get your Morpeko V going faster, or even any of your other lightning type attackers. We have 8 lightning energies and 2 recycle energies. The recycle energy is just nice because it can recycle, and most of your Pokemon do have 1 colorless in their attack cost anyways. And then, of course, the lightning is without, no need to say that it's for charging up your Morpeko V and other lightning type Pokemon. Here's the list if you guys want to take a quick screenshot or something to export to PTCGO or something. So, some tech options. We could definitely play Professor Magnolia in this list. It wouldn't be horrible, but you just don't want to draw through your deck too fast. You could play Absol just for a little bit of disruption on your opponent's board. You can play Mimikyu because if you use Morpeko V Max's attack to help you with the Mew match, it's super helpful because it shuts off their abilities if it has damage counters, which it will if you use Morpeko V Max's attack. Zapdos is a nice 1 prize card attacker that kind of does work well with the theme of this deck, retreating. But this one, you want it to be in your active and attack, so you want to retreat into it, and then hit for 80 with Thunder's Assault, maybe a little bit more. You could probably also consider playing a 4th Electro Power if you are going to play Zapdos. We also could play this Oranguru. It's a nice consistency card that will allow you to put a card from your hand on top of your deck and draw the next card. Super great for just like finding cards you need. So that is going to about do it for this deck list. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please consider leaving a like on this video, subscribing to this channel, and we will see you next time with more content coming soon. Thank you for watching.